Right, but if you're asked to solve something, that means you have to have equal in there somewhere. Okay, so the last two class periods, whenever we're just adding two terms together, we're not solving for anything. Okay, whenever you're asked to solve, it's got an equal to, it's got an x, you're finding a value for x. Okay, so a lot of people kind of get that, whenever you're asked to solve something, they get that mixed up, and that's just terms that might have been defined way back when, the first time you saw the letter X in a math class. But problem one right there, how would I solve something like that? Do what? Cross multiply. Okay, so I'm just going to do, and again, these should not take very long at all. Here we go. 8 times x is 8x, equals 4 times 10 is 40, and then you just solve. Alright, you've probably seen, some of you might have been taught the butterfly method, whatever that's called. I'm not going to refer to it as the butterfly method. I'm just going to call it cross multiply. Common mistake on these that we'll see is people will just do 10 times x and give me 10x plus 5. But you've got to do 10 times the whole thing. So it's one of those. Okay, so that's going to give you 10x plus 50 equals, on this one it is 35. Okay, subtract 50. Did you find them? Mm-hmm. Awesome. I think that gives you negative 15. So x equals negative 3 over 2. Okay, so coming down to these are just factoring these expressions. And guys, remember, if that leading coefficient is 1, don't overcomplicate it. Factors of positive 15 that give me negative 16, negative 15 to negative 1. On 4, factors of negative 2 that give me negative 1 are negative 2 and 1. On 5 and 6, you don't have 3 terms, so you don't have to go through that process. It actually should be a little bit easier. You just got to be able to identify it. Whenever you have something like these, you're just looking for the greatest common factor, which on both of these, it's x. Okay, so a lot of people will get problems like 5 and 6, and they're not for sure how to approach it because there's not that third term at the end, so it's not what people traditionally think of whenever I say, hey, you got to factor that. Because a lot of people always forget that greatest common factor part at the beginning. Okay? So,